What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Before we get into Banlist review of how it hit the market and it actually had a pretty big impact, we gotta talk about why you don't just throw your money at the freaking screen whenever good support is announced, and Buuuuh Yamato is the perfect example of that for the nice ultimate rare and iconic card. Oh, Buuuuh support so good. Well, actually the new Buuuuh support seems so good that it's power crept the need for Yamato in the deck. Yamato is slow. If you're playing it, it feels improper now versus the rest of the deck, but people went for the icon. They went for what was familiar and they felt. And we can see this time and time again in Yu-Gi-Oh history where people bought out old Monarch when the new Monarch structure deck was made, and the whole new structure deck just power crept the old ones, and it was teching if you decided to play any of the old ones. Yamato here doesn't seem like it serves its purpose anymore in the deck for many people labbing it early, and I agree. Reading it during your end phase you add, and does that seem like you want to be playing that in modern Yu-Gi-Oh? Or are you popping off with the rescue rabbit for now Buujins? Or are you using extra effects to foolish and send and go in? This really seems slow for modern Yu-Gi-Oh, yet people have bought it out, they've thrown their money at it, and good luck with your sales rate. 6.9 nice, the meme, but I have a feeling you're going to have a very hard time turning an actual profit with sales on this card. Now, the first funny piece of Banlist look-arounds on the market is people right before the list, they went crazy for Ultimate Colossus again. It was sitting around $55, and now the low for a near mint English is 6.995. Oh man, people really keep going in. This is an example, like I've been saying, you don't have to have your card unbanned to make some money. You could have bought Colossus at $35.40, listed it at $55.60, and made a sale as people rushed towards the market. So another example of people really rushing in head forth with speculation on what will the ban list be. Colossus is okay now. Konami's gonna do well, the Konami sure didn't do it, did they? Calamities did not get hit at all on the list, and people are looking at outs. Xyz's Encore is quickly going off the market. You might want to hurry to get yours. Only 19 listings here if you do want it, though. I think Droplet is still overall the better card, but it is high in price, and this seems like one of the last points where this is going to be more budget before it spikes again. We've seen this many times. Xyz's Encore spikes towards around 8, 12, holds there, so it's likely one of your last chances to get it as cheap as it is, as quantities are almost gone. I think in Europe, it like Omega spiked and went crazy. Link Cross, of course, down in price. A lot of people can wait to add this to their ban list binder. I do wonder how low will it go, though. I don't think it's one that will ever come back. Kind of similar to Nightmare Goblin, where it's just too good generically moving forward in modern Yu-Gi-Oh. It will be a long time before power creep reverses and makes this kind of a card okay. Crystron Halki Fibrax under $20. It's around the 18 mark and sinking. It's kind of interesting to watch this happen, but he's been going down as less people have been playing the Synchro engine overall. We have different adaptations, Virtual World, Zodiac, other top decks in the metagame that don't rely on this, so it became an option rather than a necessity to really consider the engine, and he's been going down for a bit. In fact, what's carrying Dual Overload after the Infinite Imperm reprints? Is it still on top? Anaconda, along with Dragoon. Are we going to start playing everything with Dragoon? We'll have to find out. Also, Union Carrier stock kind of tanked a little bit, not too much, with the Buster gone. With this card, though, it still has such high potential in Yu-Gi-Oh! But if you're thinking always with player brain, it's not going to get you ahead every time in the market. But I do think Union Carrier has a bright future. But for now, definitely going to take a little bit of a hit. Its sales rates were spiking up, and a lot of people are starting to list theirs now. Infernobles are down. Smoke Grenade gone. Yes! I'm so happy with that. Not a biased commentary on this Market Watch channel, but the Fire Warrior stuff should have been cheap to begin with in a structure deck. Gearfried falling down relatively fast to where the first heads are under $10 too, and Renowned, I think they're going to keep going down a bit. They're stuck to Rogue. Let's let's face it, it's the same fate Adamancipator faced. I like Adamancipators. I think they have some really cool mix with fossil decks, and they still do their thing well. I think this deck has potential, but I think it is banished to Rogue, and Rogue can still win tournaments. When I say Rogue, don't think it's just a bad deck. Rogue can be tier 2. Rogue can kind of last around and take events if you don't pay attention to it, but it is banished to Rogue for now. True King's Return didn't get too many looks, but you can see that market price of $1.29 for this version, the Maximum Crisis, and it is $4 here. Very interesting to see the ultra rare go up like that, but again, not a surprise. Oh, off the ban list, up in price. Off the ban list, up in price. Will True Kings be making their return to the metagame with this one simple change? I don't think so. I don't necessarily think so. Genesis Impact doesn't have too much movement. Again, not many listers still here. I do see that over on Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily, they've cut a lot of the collector rares to really be competitive, and of course, code WhatsGood5 works over there for an extra 5% off to support the channel. So, Nightmare Unicorn is cheaper than the market by far, as you see 150-ish over here, 130 then an extra discount. They have Phoenix, which probably is the best looking collector rare out there, and they're very competitive as well as on the singles, and they'll be working pretty hard to keep up in price. Dude, I did not think I'd see the day where Unicorn was $1 instead of reprinted as a holo time and time again. Konami surprising with the rare. I would call this set though missed opportunity. It is crashing in price. People are trying to offload the sealed, and dude, Cyber Emergency could have been a collector rare. You could have ported Cyber Dragon and made it a collector rare. Just looking at the OCG collector rares, this is infuriating to see how the set failed and was just completely fumbled, but I did call that it would be no Toon Chaos 2.0. I didn't think it would crash and burn even this hard. This is pretty darn awful to see your estimated value pulled cases after cases, and then your top ultra rare, oh my god, collector rares beat Cop at 35. I know a lot of people said they wanted beat Cop, kind of to go along with tour guide collection purposes. 35, there you go. Top card is 20 and you're only pulling 3 per case. Yikes! Drytron also feels majorly overhyped by Yu-Gi tubers in general, at least to me. I do think it's a really good deck. I think it may be even past Rogue to tier 2/1.5, but I just feel like it's getting so much overhype and buzz because it's something new. It's one of the only new things for content that seems viable. The evil twins could steal our job, Konami could make them real VTubers, and we're all scared of that. That's the conspiracy for that engine being overlooked. It's a decent engine, but seriously, with these cards, it's just like, I feel like it's the only thing for new content to show off for people. If you know why Kumungus is up in price, somebody in my Discord says they think it's a meme. I seriously doubt that sells out all 3 versions of it, but if you know why, let me know. It is one of the best Pendulum Summonable 7 Kaijus. I don't know if there's a specific reason for the Earth attribute insect, why people have gone after it, but the super rares are going, but also every single version of the rare is gone as well. Another one that I'm scratching my head on, Gaia Drake, the Universal 4-star Strike Blast buyout. Big surprise. He's a Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth, plus any non-effect Synchro monster for its fusion mats. He's up and out of there and bought out, and you could still get the ultimate cheaper, so it feels like somebody really didn't look around when they were doing their buyout. This seems completely ridiculous to me. So enjoy your ultra rares, whoever did this, and use my TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra. Support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying if you're gonna finish your half-assed buyout, and do some good helping somebody out for what you missed. And finally, somebody in the Discord bought out Speed Duel Tournament Pack 2 Slushy. I don't think this guy's tearing up the meta over there. There's actually been rolling buyouts. Memes can equal money. We've said it on the channel. On the Astral Pack Super in the past, but it just remains around 50 cents for what feels like forever, actually quarters at this point. So people pouring their money into it have been losing. Slushy Day at 7-Eleven, price spike win. Not sponsored, I swear. This is ridiculous. I don't advise spending your money in this way. And hey, as we're talking, look, back on the market, there's another one for you to get. That's hilarious. See how fast the market changes and picks up and people notice things? That's ridiculous. But that being said, what did you think of today's Market Watch? Not the biggest impact from the ban list. It's a lot of prices falling out, engines falling out, considerations for people to keep an eye on, very few price spikes, and then people throwing their money at things they shouldn't be seems to be the theme of this market watch as well. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We've been growing the channel at a pretty good rate, but there's not a lot to look forward to until Blazing Vortex TCG exclusives. I cringe saying that myself. Goes from the past, so I understand we're about to be in a slower era of Yu-Gi-Oh! And join the live stream 7 p.m. Central on Fridays, that's tonight, Sundays, and most Wednesdays. Thanks for watching, everybody.